Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you at, somewhere in the world. This is the morning, afternoon, evening, or night. So whenever you're watching this video, once again, this is Lou, and I'm gonna touch one more thing about retirement and specifically when to withdraw with Social Security. Because there was one thing that I didn't consider much in the past, but lately I've been thinking about it. And is, do you want to take your Social Security at 65? I mean, at 67? Right now, for most of the people like myself, 67 is what they call the full retirement age. Or do you want to wait until 70? And why wait until 70? Well, because of the fact that every year, supposedly, the Social Security go up by 8%. So it could be a difference of $1,000 or more from taking your Social Security at 67 and or wait until 70. Now, a lot of people say, "What will I do that when I'm already 67, already old? Anything could happen to me, and then I don't want to enjoy the Social Security." Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because if you are married and you are out of the couple, you are the one that gonna get the highest benefit. You definitely is something that you need to consider, because when you passed, your spouse will get what they call the survival benefit, which means that since your spouse is a person of the two of you that's getting the lesser amount of Social Security, what will happen is if you pass first, then your spouse will get your Social Security. You'll default her or his away, but you'll get yours, okay? And there's a thing to consider, because a lot of people will say, well, based on my relative, my siblings, my parents' experience, they pass away at a young age, young meaning 75, 80, or whatever. And so I don't want to wait until 70 because I'm going to benefit from it. But what about if that's the case? How about your spouse? How about if your spouse, their parents last until 95, 100, and got that type of DNA? So now what's going to happen? Yeah, you're going to jump and get your benefits at 67 because you waited long enough to get your full social, and you don't want to wait 3 more years because something happened to you. You don't want to be able to enjoy the money. But think about this. What you have to think is, will your spouse be okay, financially speaking, with getting your Social Security, or he will still, either or, required to have more money than your benefit at 67 in order to survive? And if you care about your spouse and you think a situation like that, you might even, especially if you think that you're going to die, in your 70s or early 80s, and you think that your spouse is going to last much longer than that, you might consider, just if you can afford it, of course, either withdraw from your 401k, retirement accounts, and all that, enough money to cover what the Social Security will cover, and wait until age 70 to start getting yours. And you do that as a consideration and as a favor to your spouse. In that way, that extra, depending on what your Social Security is at 67 or 70, but that extra $500, $700, $1,000, $200 more that you're going to give away into 70, that's the same amount of money that your spouse will get with the spousal benefit if you pass earlier. And if you don't, guess what? Then you're going to enjoy much longer that extra money. So either way you think about it, it could be a good strategy and it could be a good idea. If you wait until 70 and you last until you're 100, well, you took 30 years of paychecks that were way more than if you get it at 67. If, in the other hands, you pass at an early age, meaning early mid 70s, early 80s, and your spouse, last into the 90s and even up to 100 or whatever, then you're gonna benefit that person, your spouse, because he or she will get a higher spousal benefits, and hopefully with that money he or she will be able to cover for his or her expenses without having to go on, open doors in Walmart or whatever, or depending from the kids or any other person. So that's something that you need to consider. In addition to that, if you plan to have a big retirement account into the upper hundreds of thousands of into the millions, it's also going to help you when it comes to the required minimum distribution, the RMDs, because if you use part of your retirement account, a part of the money, waiting for those 3 extra years of Social Security, then what's going to happen is that your RMD will be it will be less than what you will have to by law required to withdraw if you were to save your whole retirement account until your RMD time and start drawing your Social Security at 67. So those are things to consider. I mean, obviously all of us, including me, want to take the money right away. But I was just thinking the other day about things like that. I said, that could be a good topic for my videos, because that could help somebody. And if you help one person and one beneficiary from that person, that'd be more than enough. And that's my point on that. So think about it. If you got a chance, comment, like, subscribe, and have a blessed day. Thank you.